Welcome to this presentation. In this presentation, I want to explain how one can utilize this Cryptex hybrid smart contracts to make billions of nairas within 4 years, to become a billionaire within 4 years using just $100. $100. With $100, you can become a 3.3 billion naira worth within 4 years. Now, this Cryptex has been in existence for years, since 2018, but it was not pronounced, it was not popular until late last year. As of late last year, it became popular to an extent, yet it became much more popular recently from August, September. In fact, July to September, that was when it becomes so porous. And beloved, this system, people are those that registered earlier are cashing out every day as their 2 years expire, as their 3 years expires. Okay, before it was 3 years minimum, 3 years, 5 years, and 6 years. And 7 years earlier. But they now introduced 2 years contract, but any contract you are going in for is still the same $100. But what you are getting out of the system differs. With $100 for 2 years, you get $22,000. With the same $100 for 3 years, you will get $35,000. With the same $100, if you are going in for the 5 years, you are getting $471,000. But if you are going in for the 7 years, the same $100, 7 years, then you are getting $1.2 million. $100 is the activation of each contract. So let's proceed to how we can actually use $100 to make 3.3 billion naira in 4 years. We are using 2 years contract to achieve this. Let's go and see how it all go in details. Of course, you can see from here, okay, it's actually a retirement with $100. It's a retirement package with just $100. You get retirement within 2 years, within 4 years, as you would want to go. But now let's go forward to see how we can actually get this one, because from here the calculation here is small. So how can we get 3.3 million naira, 3.3 billion naira in 4 years with the $100? Knowledge, they said, is power. Knowledge is power. Now with the $100, with your $100 capital, you sign up and activate one contract for 2 years. At the end of the 2 years, that's the first 2 years, you are receiving $22,000, which is about 32 million naira, okay, or 33 million naira. With this $22,000, you are not to eat it all. Divide it into two. Use $10,000 from this $22,000 to reactivate 100 contracts. That's because as a person, you can activate 100 contracts under your account. Okay, 100 contracts under your account. So you activate 100 contracts with $10,000 and you use the remaining $12,000 to do other things as you would want to do within the next 2 years. With this, your $10,000 reactivation of 100 contracts for 2 years again, at the end of the 2 years, at the end of the second 2 years, okay, which is from when you activate the 100 account, the 100 contracts, from your first return of $22,000. Remember, all that you spent is the $10,000. Is the $100. Now, after the end of this second 2 years, you are getting $22,000 from each of your 100 contracts. $22,000 from each of your 100 contracts. So, by the time you calculate or you times the $22,000 by the 100 contracts, you will get something amazing. Look at what you get. Okay? Now, at the expiration of the 100 contracts, at the end of the 2 years, you become a millionaire in dollar and a billionaire in naira. 100 contracts, remember, is what you signed up with the $10,000, which was part of the $22,000 you got from your first contract. When you times it by $22,000, you get $2.2 million. $2.2 million. If you times that $2.2 million by 1,500 naira, you get 3.3 billion naira. Man, this is something one should not play with at all, at all. The money is big. Of course, the money is big. About 150,000 naira to start this business. 150,000 naira. And if you can use the 150,000 naira now, within the 4 years' time, you become a billionaire. After 2 years' time, you become a millionaire. Okay? After 2 years, you become a millionaire, and after 4 years, you become a billionaire. But what if you don't have up to this 150,000 naira, which is $100? You can combine with 10 persons, with other 9 persons. 10 persons come together, contribute $10. 10 times 10 is 100. Maybe with a transaction fee of $0.1 or $1, $0.5 or $1. That's $11 per person. You come together to make one contract, to activate one contract. Let's see what you will get with your $10. With your $10 in 4 years, see what you will get. With your $10 in 4 years, the 10% contributed $10 to start the business. After 2 years, you get 22,000. The 22,000 divided by the 10 persons will give you 2,200 naira each. Sorry, $2,200 each. $2,200, you have now received this. The other person the 10 persons received $2,200 each. So now each of you can stand on your own. You now have enough money to stand on your own. At this point, you use half of this money, the $2,200 you receive. Just use $1,000 to reactivate 10 contracts. To reactivate 10 contracts on your own. This one is not sharing again. On your own, you use $1,000 to reactivate 10 contracts. Everybody does that. If you want to eat it all, it's your own. But with your 10,000, so with your remaining $1,200, it's still a big money for you to use, which is above about 2 million naira. And remember, what you spend is just $10 is what you use in starting the contract or the business. At the end of the second 2 years, when you activated your individual 10 contracts, let's see what you will get from that. Now, after activating your separate accounts of 10-10 activation or 10-10 membership, 10-10 contracts, after 2 years from that point, remember what you contributed was $10. 10 persons come to contribute $10, making 100 to invest the first time. At the end of the first 2 years, you get $2,200 each. From the $2,200, use $1,000 to reactivate 10 accounts on your own. That's 10 contracts on your own. Now, after 2 years from that second activation, see what you want to get. What you get will amaze you. Look at what you get at the end of the 4 years. At the end of the 2 years of standing alone, which is 4 years from your $10 contribution. Your 10 contracts will give you 10 times $22,000. So $10,000, $22,000 gives you 10 times $22,000 gives you $220,000. Now $220,000 times 1,500 naira times 1,500 naira gives you 330 million naira. 330 million naira. And how much do you start with? You start with just $10. Only $10. And before this time, already after the 2 years, you have gotten about 2 million naira to be enjoying for the 2 years. At the end of the second 2 years round, you get 330 million. What if you invest $2,000 from your first cash out, from your first withdrawal of $2,200 that you received? You now invest $2,000. Then you are talking about 660 million naira in 4 years. So, beloved, this is a rare opportunity that everybody should key into. So, beloved, information they said is power. Here the information that we presented to you. If you have interest at all in this project, okay, if you have interest in this project, either to stand on your own or to be part of contribution group, that is to contribute with other 10 persons to have a start, whichever is your position, join the link that is the group link that is below this presentation and start from there. Even if you have your full money, join the group for guide and for instructions. And it's a community. Beloved, this is not something actually to waste much time. Those that contributed, that should be around July, either July or August. Congratulations to them. But then, it is not late yet. The reason why it was silence for this period within my platforms is because I was expecting that, I was intending that everybody should go in individually instead of coming together to go in. But then some persons went in on their own at that time. Congratulations to them as well. And those that contributed to go in, congratulations as well. But beloved, it's not late yet. So if you are interested in this, join the link below. Join the link below so we guide ourselves on how you can get started immediately. Pleasant period to you as you take this opportunity serious. In the next 4 years, see yourself as a millionaire or a billionaire with amounts either $10 or $100. That will categorize which area you will be in the next 4 years to come or 2 years to come. See you there in the group.